Stories from the Bible. Please subscribe. Abraham's sacrifice. A great test of love. The Lord came to Abraham and said, I will give this land to your children, and to their children, and it will be their land forever. Abraham built an altar and made an offering to the Lord and worshiped him. Another time, God told Abram, Can you count the stars? Neither will you be able to count your descendants. Abram believed God would give him many descendants, even though he had no children yet. God changed Abram's name to Abraham, which means father of a multitude. He promised to give Abraham and his wife Sarah a son, a people, and a land. Abraham promised to serve God faithfully. One day, 3 strangers came to Abraham's tent door. By this time, Abraham was 100 years old and Sarah 90 years old. The strangers told Abraham that Sarah would have a son. Sarah overheard it and laughed to herself, How can I have a child when I am so old? But the men, who were angels sent by God, said, Is anything too hard for the Lord? Finally, the promised child indeed was born to Abraham and Sarah. They named him Isaac, as the Lord had told them to. They were very happy to have a little boy. Then one day, God said to Abraham, Take now your only son, whom you love, and go to the mountain which I will show you. Offer him there for a burnt offering. Though the command filled Abraham's heart with pain, he began to obey it at once. With 2 servants and a donkey, Abraham and Isaac started northward. On the 3rd day, Abraham and young Isaac went up on the mountain by themselves. There Abraham built an altar. He placed the wood in order, tied Isaac, and laid him on it. At last, he raised his knife to kill his son. Just then the angel of the Lord called Abraham, Do not hurt your son Isaac. Now, I know you love God more than your son. What joy and relief those heavenly words brought to Abraham. Then Abraham turned and saw a ram caught by its horn in the bushes. How thankful Abraham was to offer the ram instead of his son. The next stories is a wife for Isaac. Please subscribe. A wife for Isaac. God answered Eliezer prayer. After the death of his mother Sarah, Isaac was lonely. Abraham wanted to find a wife for him, but did not want him to marry a girl from the people around them. Such a woman would worship idols and not teach her children the way of the Lord. Abraham called his most trusted servant, Eliezer, who took care of his silver and gold and flocks and herds. He sent Eliezer far away to Haran. He wanted him to find a wife for his son Isaac among the people who worship the true God. With 10 camels and many presents, Eliezer started the long journey. He traveled with confidence because his master Abraham had said that God would send an angel before him. At last, Eliezer near the city of Haran. That evening, he stopped to pray at the well just outside the city. He knew the girls would soon come to draw water, but how was he to know which girl was the right one for Isaac? O Lord God, he prayed, help me know which is the right girl. Let her say, drink, and I will give water to your camels also. Then I will know she is the one you have chosen. While Eliezer was praying, a beautiful young woman came to the well with a pitcher on her shoulder. He asked her for water, and she answered, drink, my lord, and I will draw water for your camels also. It was the very words he had prayed to hear. After she had provided water for all, the young woman said, my name is Rebecca. Come to our house. We have room for you and your camels. Eliezer bowed his head and thanked God for his faithfulness. The next morning, Rebecca agreed to go home with Eliezer to be Isaac's wife. When Isaac saw her, he loved her, and she became his wife. They were faithful to each other as long as they both lived. Thank you for your listening. I hope you understand it. See you in the next stories. Bye.